Street Talk and other stuff. Mike Mad Dog Magnati, thank you for tuning in on this fine, smoky morning. Okay, well, we're back to summer in Wenatchee, but great stuff going on. Okay, we've got some good theater coming up. Short Shakespeareans opens pretty soon. Of course, we are right in the middle of our run in 1776, which we're going to talk about a little bit today, but I just want to say thanks for tuning in today. I've got a cool guest today. Now, this is a gentleman that we're going to talk about in a little bit, but I want you to stick around because this is an interesting person. Well, I find him interesting. Maybe you'll think he's boring. I don't know. But hey, I've got a good show. I want you to stick around. Street Talk and other stuff. Mike Mad Dog Magnati. We will be right back. So.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Summer is here, and Collins Fashions has a great selection of lightweight tops, capri sundresses to keep you cool. So many events and parties in this summer, and we have special occasion dress wear for you. Fall fashions will be arriving soon from French Dressing, Carly B, Nick and Zoe, Joseph Ribkoff, Clara Sunwoo, Habitat and Cut. New Brighton jewelry and handbags arrive every week, and Brighton has beautiful gifts for the special people in your life. Personal service, great selection at Collins Fashions in downtown Wenatchee.
Okay, we're back. Street Talk and other stuff, and I want to introduce David Flores. David?
How you doing, Mike?
Now, here's the thing. David and I are in the cast of 1776, and I didn't know him, so we chatted him up a little bit, found some stuff. This is an interesting man.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about yourself, Dave.
A little bit about how far back you want me to start.
Well, interesting stuff. I mean, I know a little bit now that I could talk about, but I'm going to let you.
Okay, I guess, I'm a Mexican-American, I'm a first generation. My dad came over from Mexico and is, pretty hard worker, so I got a chance to live an interesting life. Started off, in food stamp lines and,
So are you first generation?
I was born in California, in
but your
LA.
parents were born?
My dad was born in Mexico. My mom was also born in California.
See, it's the same thing with me. My mom was born in Germany.
Okay.
I'm first generation,
Nice.
just like you. But of course, if they're going to deport anybody, they're going to look at you because I'm a white guy.
Bro, I carry a passport on me all the time now.
Right.
But no, honestly, like I've lived a really privileged life. My dad worked really hard, and I always had food, I always had clothes, and as I started getting older, I got involved in music. I started singing in bands. Next thing you know, I was doing quartets with my father. And some family members.
What kind of music did you sing?
Barbershop
Really?
quartet, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Fun stuff like that. And but then I got even more involved, and I started as I got into high school, I started doing choirs.
Yeah.
And I got a scholarship in college to go to Washington, D.C. And that's where I kind of actually started getting serious about music. And I sung some pretty cool things. I sung Mozart's Requiem and
Right.
John Rutter's Requiem, actually directed by John Rutter, in the National Cathedral and Carnegie Hall.
I know. See that you sang at Carnegie Hall.
I have, yeah. Yeah, that was...
And how do you get to Carnegie Hall? You practice, practice, practice.
You know, I've heard that, but the truth is, it's actually kind of a crappy building, and the
Really?
acoustics aren't that good, and it's kind of old and falling apart. I don't know where it, you know, kind of became such an amazing, you know, tribute to sing there. It's just a
got
stage.
that iconic reputation. So,
but it's just a place. It's just a
Really?
stage
Okay.
like anywhere else, like the studio that we hang out
You're
in.
being
you know what I mean?
modest,
Like,
buddy.
no.
You're being, come on.
I appreciate that, but it was fun. It was honestly, that was kind of an amazing thing. Honestly, more to meet John Rutter and sing his music than to sing where it was that I was performing it.
Yeah.
You know, but.
All right, now I want to say something now. If you watch the show or any time, and if you listen to the intro music, I'm a real Janis Joplin fan.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Okay.
she's cool.
Combination of the two is my bumper music. You familiar with that? Oh boy.
But my bumper music is. I don't know what that is.
Okay, so every year when we're doing the Hot August Night Show, we do something called the Alley Cabaret, okay, in the alley
yeah.
behind the pack. And those of us in the cast have the opportunity to do, and not necessarily music from the show, but. So I got up and I did pretty good. I sang, you know, Down and Out.
Yeah, you're okay. Yeah.
But then this guy gets up and he starts singing Summertime.
Yeah.
And I hate it when anybody tries to cover that iconic Janis Joplin song, even though Janis Joplin
I was gonna say, I don't think that's her song, brother. Like, she
It's
didn't
not,
write that song.
but to me it is, okay?
Yeah.
This guy was great. I mean,
Yeah. Thanks.
I'm
That
going,
was fun.
wow, this guy blew me away. you
Honestly,
know?
it's my co-part. I'm in a band called Doggy because my name's Dave and my guitarist is Augie,
Yeah.
and he does a lot of the compositions, and he's a fantastic musician. That dude will drag anybody to a good show. Like, you start playing with him and he will make you sound good. That guy just reads
All right.
musicians. He knows where to go and what to do. And
But you didn't have him with you that night.
I did.
Did you?
He was my
Oh,
guitarist. So
okay.
we had this great thing planned. We were going to do all kinds of interesting stuff with a looper, and we were going to have the crowd involved.
Mm-hmm.
But when we showed up, there wasn't enough electricity for us to plug in, so we ended up just going acoustic. And
okay,
he
all
pulled that out of his hat. I was just like, Augie, we got to do this thing acoustic. So I'm lucky to have a great musician counterpart. Yeah, he's awesome.
But see, you know, I mean, I've been involved with music theater and I've been doing stuff here for a long time. So when I see new people, I try to chat them up and make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And I hadn't met you,
Right.
but I saw your jacket said U.S. Army on it. And
Yeah, that's true.
I used to be a counselor for veterans. Okay,
cool.
I worked for 2
didn't know
years
that.
at Central Washington Veterans Counseling. So I asked you said you were a medic in the Army for 8 years, and that's really all I knew, okay?
Right, yeah.
But then you sang, and I said, well, I got to talk more to this guy. You know, he's an interesting man.
No,
so.
I don't know.
But you were a medic in the Army.
I was. I
Talk
spent
about that
I
a little
spent
bit,
8
if you
years
would.
in the military as a medic. When I was a child, my mom used to read me stories about Desmond Doss. I don't know if you're familiar with him as a human. He was a very famous medic. They made a movie about him, Hacksaw Ridge. I don't know
Yes,
if you
I
saw
did.
that.
Yeah, I am familiar. But that's really all I know.
Well, he was a real dude,
Yeah.
and my mom used to read me stories about him. I think she just thought he was a fantastic human, just kind of
Yeah.
a tough kid, and did some cool things. And I just kind of grew up always thinking it'd be great to be a medic to take care of the boys that kind of take care of us. And so I got that opportunity when when I was about mid-20s. I went in and I had in my mind, this is what I'm going to be. I'm going to be a medic, and I did. I made it through, and I had some great experiences. Spent some time in Africa and all over the Caribbean. Made some great friends and learned a lot about myself and the world.
Okay.
And it was cool. It was a
And
good-
then you went into you stayed in the nursing field.
Well, while I was in the
professionally
Army, I
for a while,
became a
so-
nurse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and then I spent about 10 years as a nurse. Did all kinds of different kinds of departments. I was in the emergency room, medical surgical. I did some hospice. But the truth is after about 20 years of being in the medical field, I just got kind of want to take a break.
Yeah,
kind
no,
of take
I
a little
can
hiatus.
certainly understand.
And been kind of focusing on, I guess, art, if you want to call it that.
Okay.
Music, acting, just the local community. I'm just trying to get involved.
And that was something else. I was surprised because I hadn't seen some of the other stuff you've done, which has been.
Well, I've been in a couple PUD commercials.
Yeah.
I've done, what else? Man, the list is so long, I have to write it down here. I was in the Follies.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that's kind of what turned me on to the whole thing.
And so that's where you met Jamie?
That's where I met Jamie.
Really?
That's how
Jamie
I got
Donovan,
involved.
director?
Jamie, he's awesome. The fact that he
Incredible
gave me
guy, yeah.
a chance is really cool. there's a local videographer in town. His name is Oli Mingo, and he is the one that turned me on to the Follies. He said, hey, there's a fundraiser coming up. You can sing, make some money for some kids if you want to raise. And I thought that'd be great. I had no idea there was acting or dancing or any kind of other things involved in it.
Yeah, that's a whole variety show.
It's a whole variety show. And so I showed up just ready to sing a song. I think I did just some kind of croner little song, you know, something kind of sexy. And then I sat down in the audience just waiting for everyone else to do their thing. And they started doing some auditions for dancing, but they were short a few men, so they drugged me up. You know, and next thing you know, I'm learning to tap dance and the cha-cha-cha and all kinds of stuff. I had to time my life, and it just turned me on, and that's all I want to do now. Just
good.
Yeah, be on stage.
But then, where there's you did the PVD commercials, you've done the Follies.
Right.
Was it?
Well, I did take a course last year. I kind of started, this has been kind of going through my head for a little while now. I was actively working as a travel nurse, but I was taking a course, it's like an acting radio DJ type thing to learn how to build a portfolio and stage, you know, performances and how to dress and act and walk. And so I have my own agent now. I got, you know, they bid on me. Yeah,
really?
No,
Cool.
I've actually auditioned for a Campbell Soup commercial.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get it, but yeah, it was kind of fun.
Still
you know,
cool.
Yeah, it was one of those. You know, do you like warm bowls of soup in the evening? Well, open a bowl of Campbell's soup. You know, it was kind of fun. I've always liked playing with my voice. When I was in college, I did a little radio.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. Let me see is it okay to do this on TV? I'll hide.
You're listening to WKRX. This is Big Dog Dave coming at you on 99 KXA.
Right?
Yeah. Well,
It's fun.
the first Hot August Night Show was Hands on a Hair Body, and I played
no
the
kidding.
radio announcer. So yeah.
Well, that's fun.
It
Radio's
was
fun because
Yeah.
you just get to be whoever you want.
Yeah.
You know.
And I did, like I said, I did a radio show on KPQ for quite some time
I remember
until
you
they
saying
fired me.
You know, it's actually kind of fun getting to know, you were saying getting to know me, you guys all seem to know each other, but when I went on stage the first time and I'm starting to see everybody, I'm meeting you as actors. So I had no idea that you didn't actually have a shake. I thought you were like...
Oh, no, yeah,
but you're
Stephen Hopkins,
man,
you
the
know.
way that you adopted that role. And as I look around and see everybody else, now that I'm getting to know them off stage, I get to see the characters that they've developed for them, you know, for the roles that they were given. It's super cool to act around such creative, talented people. Yeah, but
But we're going to talk a little bit more about that after the break. But but you're kind of taking a hiatus from working as a nurse right now.
I'm taking a little time from the medical field.
Just. I did domestic violence counseling for years.
Oh, man, that's rough.
Years ago, when I was a police officer, I was a sex crimes detective for a while, and there was a long story, but there was a psychiatrist, a therapist who was doing the work with the sex offenders. Okay. So I knew him because we had some professional contact. Well, years later, when I'm getting certified to do domestic violence work, I run into this guy. So we're, you know, shooting the bull and talking. He says, "What are you doing now?" And I'm saying, "Yeah, well, I'm getting certified to work with domestic violence perpetrators." He goes, "Oh my God, I'd rather work with the sex guys than with those guys." So yeah, but I do assessments now. I won't do the counseling anymore. I'm just tired of it.
It burns you out.
Yeah,
you know,
it does.
to be involved in such heavy conversations all the time, in and out. You know.
Okay, but then you know, we're going to take a break in a minute. Okay, matter of fact, Malcolm, we're going to go ahead and take the break now, if that's okay, because I want to talk with David about the specific stuff about 1776 coming up. So hey, Street Talk and other stuff. Get to know this guy. He's a great guy, great contributor to our community, and that's why I wanted to have you on, because you're somebody that people should know. But hey, Street Talk and other stuff, you stick around. We will be right back. So.
Blue Lagoon is now scheduling pool installations for spring and summer of 2026. Book now for your free consultation to lock in your savings of a free heat pump, an $11,000 value. Let the experts at Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa handle the construction, installation, and regular maintenance. Turn your backyard into a vacation paradise with an industry-leading San Juan pool. No need to go off the deep end. Relax knowing you're in great hands with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa. Give us a call today.
Affordable power is the heart of what we do as your public utility. But we don't stop at offering some of the lowest rates in the nation. Through local partnerships, discount, and assistance programs, our staff works with residents every day to keep the power on. And now, we're offering 25% bill discounts for customers who need it most. To see if you qualify, visit chelanpud.org/discounts.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Okay, we're back. Street Talking other stuff. Talking with David Flores. David, new friend. David, former Army medic for 8 years, traveling nurse.
Sure.
Musician, sang at Carnegie Hall. I don't care if he doesn't think it was all that big a deal or not. I think it's a big deal. And now how we met was you got a role in 1776.
Right.
Okay, so tell us about that. Tell them how that process that came about, audition.
Well, after working with Jamie and the Follies, I asked him, if there was any other projects going on, and he said he's working on a Hot August Nights production, 1776, but it was almost fully casted by that time. He said,
oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
there was said maybe a couple things he may be able to figure something out if there was a cancellation or something. He ended up finding a role for me,
okay,
which is pretty cool. I'm excited about that. Just the fact that he's giving me a chance.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
And who are you playing?
I'm playing a senator from Delaware, named George Reed,
right,
who was kind of an antagonist in the whole series of events. He was opposing the independence, the concept of it, the theory. He actually didn't even sign the Constitution until like 4 years later. I mean,
the Declaration of Independence.
Well, yeah,
okay. He didn't sign it.
No.
Oh, really?
No, he didn't end up signing it.
Probably he waited to see if things were going to work out.
I don't know. What's interesting
before he was
is
going to risk being
for
hung.
that many years, I'm surprised he was actually able to stay, in Senate and work with the delegation, being that he didn't sign. I mean, there was kind of a little bit of controversy there, being that if you weren't somebody who was supporting it and signing it, that they didn't want you necessarily involved in it.
Right.
And somehow he stuck around, and maybe he was just an opposing force for many years until he finally decided that it was probably the right thing to do for his constitution
so
and his constituents.
You didn't actually have to audition. Jamie kind of recruited you.
I guess, yeah. He just kind of said, I've got a role that I think you can handle.
He was familiar with you. He knew what you could do. So
sure. Yeah, and it's been fun. It's been great. It's been cool being that character that's a little bit opposing to everybody else that's so supportive of it.
Now, with all the other stuff you've done, is this the first stage musical you've been in?
This is the first time I've ever been on stage having to deliver a line that was reliant on somebody else's line, and then my line would, yes, absolutely. As far as
how are you finding the experience? I mean, what is different than you thought? What's new? What's been a challenge? What you don't like?
Well, I mean, I've done a lot of live stage performances as far as music is concerned, and for some reason that seems to be a little bit more structured. As weird as that sounds, but the thing about acting is there's so much creativity and it's so fluid.
Fluid is exactly the word I was going to use. So,
that it's just it's a whole different animal, and I'm finding myself doing inappropriate things that I didn't know were inappropriate. I mean, I'll walk in and see a couple people working on a skit or a little performance that they want to tighten up, and I just walk right in and just kind of sit down and start watching. I have no idea that it's private or that they're.
Yeah.
But it's not really like that with musicians. We're always kind of involving ourselves in what's going on. And I'm actually a few times I've had to been asked, hey, do you mind kind of stepping out of here, Dave? We're working on something. And I'm going, sure, I had no idea I was sitting on anyone's toes. I'm just kind of involved. And going, wow,
Oh, that's all right.
So and then there's lingo that I'm not sure of. Things like somebody will walk around and, they say, we're walking the stage in a few minutes. And so I'm going, what does that mean? And I walk out and there's my my counterparts out there dancing and doing headstands and fooling around. I'm going, well, this is kind of weird.
See,
I don't know what that means.
That's a little bit new for me too. Okay, for as long as I've been doing it, but evidently that's a tradition. But when we did Hands on a Hard Body, Jamie is very much into pumping you up.
Sure. Yeah.
Which isn't really the way I do it, but that's fine. You know, it's not all about me all the time.
What I see your process is I see you getting into character when you step into the studio.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you adopted that dude, and that's...
So I'll tell you what I do. I mean, when I get there, I go out on the stage and I sit around and I'm going to confess something. I pray for everybody in the show.
Okay.
Because I know people have worked hard. I know, you know, and I want their work to be honored, blessed. But I also realize that those people out in the audience, everyone is paid to see us.
Sure.
Okay, we owe them the best we have. Okay, so that's what my process is when I first get there. Okay, and then anytime I step on the stage, I go back into this. I try to stay in character. You know, Matthew Pippin does the same thing. If you watch him,
okay,
he plays Ben Franklin, and whenever he's
super talented
backstage everywhere, I don't say hi to him. I don't talk to him because I know he wants to always be in character. So
yeah. Oh no, even the way he walks differently when he's outside on a little break than when he's actually on stage. Like it's a whole different. He's developed a whole persona, whole character. It's really fun to watch that process. Yeah.
So how did you do with memorizing lines? I mean, you've memorized songs before and that kind of stuff, but
yeah, that process for me actually, surprisingly enough, is actually it works really well. I have that kind of I can't remember where my keys are. I lose my wallet every other.
You don't even just memorize your lines. You got to know your cues.
And but for some reason, it feels natural for somebody else to kind of cue you in a conversation. I don't know, something about it. I think the hardest thing for me isn't necessarily remembering the lines. It's the timing. Trying to make it sound like you're in a fluid conversation when you're in a recited line. You know, and so that's the part that isn't as challenging in music, because music has timing and music has measures and beats, and you're able to play with somebody you've never played with before, but you're going to play together because it's the time measure of the song. Whereas with acting, the fluidity has to be natural when you're reciting something you've said to each other 100 times, and so that's the challenging part to me, I think.
Is there anything about it that you don't like or you have to struggle with?
Anything I don't like?
See, because personally, I'm not a fan of choir practice.
I'm so glad you said that.
I'm not a singer, okay? I mean, I can carry a tune, is what I like to say. And I will sing in musicals, and I always say that unless you're singing a ballad or a love song, if you sing it with enthusiasm, if you're having a good time, even if you're off key, the audience is going to like it too.
I don't know if that's true. I think if you're off key, people don't like to hear that. It's terrible.
Depends on the song.
Not even cats listen to off key music.
Okay, are you familiar with the song, or the play Anything Goes?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, there's a song in there. I played a guy named Moonface Martin. They're doing it up in Leavenworth, by the way. That's a good show to see.
I want to see that.
And there's a song I sang called Be Like a Bluebird. Be like a bluebird, tweet, tweet, tra-la, tra-la. I was off key half the song. It stopped the show.
Yeah.
It's like, it was great.
I wouldn't have wanted to hear that. Yeah, I don't like that stuff. It's terrible to me. It hurts.
Okay, well, now we know what he doesn't like.
Yeah, things I don't like.
But then again, so you're a musician, and then, I don't like it when I can't understand actors, when they don't articulate.
That makes sense.
You know, that bugs me to death, you know. Jamie said something interesting the other night. He said, be careful about articulating and projecting your lines. He says, because I know the script. Jamie said that.
Sure.
But he said, if I don't understand what you're saying, the audience certainly isn't going to understand.
And that is relevant. I can think of something that I wouldn't like, that I haven't necessarily experienced, but I can imagine how frustrating it would be to have one of us not be invested in the project. And so far, everybody that we're working with, they care about their lines. They show up to practice. They
people are working
developed
hard.
a character. And they're working very hard. And I think that one thing I don't like necessarily is the fact that I have to rely on so many other people in order for for what I'm doing. As a musician, I'm normally singing by myself. I'm a little more reliant on myself, and so I think it's teamwork.
This is an ensemble show, and we've got to depend on other people. For the most part, as a matter of fact, I can't really think of an exception, but there have been shows I've been in where people haven't known their lines. They aren't working as hard, and that is frustrating. But in this one, it seems like everyone is actually...
It's a pleasure.
Everybody's doing their job.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay, we need to take another break. We'll talk with David Flores. David and I are both in 1776. We're going to talk a little bit more about the show when we come back to give you information. Because we opened on Friday night. We did Friday and Saturday. Great audiences, almost sold out. Yeah. And people are loving it. So we're going to talk more in a minute, but Street Talk and other stuff. You stick around. We will be right back. So.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
How are things going with your parenting plan?
Amanda and I decided to do mediation with the Colombian Basin Dispute Resolution Center. We really wanted to avoid the costly attorney fees.
I didn't even know mediation was an option.
Yeah, they even train people to become mediators. They did such a good job, I'm actually considering taking the training myself.
I'm so happy for you guys. When parents work together, it seems everyone is happier.
Their mediators really listen to your wants and needs. I'm really happy with the outcome. Coming, buddy.
Slide and surf all summer long. Soundwave Saturdays, more than a surf park, it's the summer scene. Grab a drink and enjoy live music every Saturday in July and August. Slide Waters in Lake Chelan. Don't miss it.
Okay, we're back. Street Talk and other stuff. Talking with David Flores. David and I are both in 1776,
Yes,
which is about the Second Continental Congress, where they created and signed the Declaration of Independence. What, as your character, both as an actor involved, what do you want people to get out of this show?
Yeah, I like that. Honestly, I think, entertainment. We want to entertain, we want to get a few laughs. That's always kind of fun to make people kind of giggle. I think that what I would really like is for maybe a little bit of a history lesson, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I'm surprised how little I knew about the whole event that was that created the Constitution in which we live by today. Yep. I don't think that I was really aware of what was going on and the details. And once I actually started acting and playing in it and reading and learning about the characters, I think that if we can do that, if we can just open people's eyes to what it is that
sense of the honest history of it.
Yeah, a little bit of what made where we are and how we are, and I think that'd be interesting. A little bit of eye-opening of the past, of the history of what our future is.
And the fact that we kind of gloss over and we laugh about it during the show, but those guys were signed to their death warrant.
They were kids too, man.
Yeah,
I didn't realize they were children.
Well, Rutledge really was 26. Okay, all right, so. I want to get through this before we have a chance. We have done 2 out of 12 shows. Okay. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. This week and next week. Yeah. With a matinee on both Saturdays. Okay, so tickets are still available.
That's true, there's room.
Make sure you go to numericapac.org. Okay, because there are people scamming people for tickets. Okay, for the price of tickets. Go to the Numerica Pac website. Yeah. Get your tickets there. Now, here's the thing. This is a show that's getting a lot of talk. Many Hot August Night shows sell out, and people are getting for tickets later. So don't be the typical one at you and wait till the last minute.
Good to know.
Get your tickets as soon as you can, okay? Because every seat is great. You're right on the stage. We're right in your face.
That's true. The stage that was built is such a beautiful.
And there's no. Somebody asked me, "Am I going to be sitting behind or being blocked?" I said,
no.
Anybody.
The experience
all the seats
is
are great.
so great. Yeah.
Okay, so David, hey, God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me on.
It's okay, my
a pleasure.
pleasure. We'll see you Wednesday.
Sounds good.
Okay, Street Talk and other stuff. I appreciate, as always, tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.